Alright, you lot, welcome back. I guess technically it's welcome back to me as well, because I was away last week and I just forgot to tell you all, which is exactly what I did last year, and I think the year before. I'm quite bad at that, but it's fine. I'm back. I'm rejuvenated. I'm loving it, because the first day back to the old channel, we've got new AOS stuff, specifically new Sons of Behemat, or technically sons and daughters of Behemat. Look, there's some new big lads and lasses. And frankly, this is quite the turn up. This is quite the turn up for the books, because look at this. We've got a Gargant witch. Now, I'm sorry, this is absolutely quality. I mean, for a start, she looks properly scary. And if it wasn't enough that she looks scary, she has two weird bull, goat, ox creatures. What even are those? Like, I don't really know how to describe it. It feels goat-like, but then the horns are, well, one of them's kind of got goat horns, but then the other one has got distinctly not goat horns that aren't even fully horns, because they seem to be growing into mushrooms, which, to me, rules, but I feel like that might be a little bit, contentious, perhaps? I really like it, but it is a choice. It's a strong choice. Someone didn't sit there and go, yeah, well, we're going to make them, like, properly scary. We're going to give them big old horns, and then say, actually, could we make some of those horns mushrooms instead? They didn't say that and go, that's too far. Instead, they committed fully, which is, I mean, it's an admirable choice. I feel like a little bit confusing on first look, but I quite like it. Well, I know I say all of that. Visually, is it really mushroom? See, I thought mushrooms because the top look quite mushroom-like, and then it seems like you've got a distinct separation between the head and the stalk. But given we also have rocks growing out of their backs, another strong choice, by the way. Perhaps they're more like stone than anything else. Either way, an interesting way to go. The lass herself is the chooser of the mighty Ma Maegran. I'm assuming Ma, it's M-A, so Ma makes sense, doesn't it? And they're calling her a strange mystical creature whose reputation as a seer and a witch leads even the greatest Mega-Gargants to show her respect and deference. Now, to be fair, I think they've done a very good job of making her look properly witchy. The thing is, the Mega-Gargants, they have a distinct shape, right? You've got your sort of chunky legs leading to quite the stomach overall, can relate, but then they kind of taper up somewhat. She has got a similar kind of build to the existing Gargant and Mega-Gargant kits, but the thing is, she is a bit more, how do I say this politely? She is saggier than most, alright? There's no way to say it other than that. But they've really gone for like some properly loose skin around the midriff, which I think they've sculpted really nicely. Don't get me wrong, I think they've done a great job with it. But yeah, there's definitely some more loose skin going on than I think we really see on some of the other models for this range. And if we make her a little bit bigger, you can see all of the detail as well around, like, well, the belly button looks like it's been stuffed with something, which is kind of grim, especially with the way the stomach's all, like, inflamed and painted to be a bit red and potentially a bit sore. That just looks super uncomfortable. The face is, I think, pretty standard witchy sort of look. You've got your sunken eyes. You've got the very sharp, like, crow's feet. Again, quite gaunt. The skin is quite, like, tight to the bone, but also a little bit saggy off to around the jaw, it feels like. She looks great. Like, she looks really, really fun. I think they've properly nailed it. We've gone for the long, like, sharp, almost talon-like nails as well, which is kind of fun. I do like all the decorations. You've got these various, like, faces and almost like rune-carved swirls and stuff all the way across her. The helmet, I say helmet, it's a skull. It's the skull of an animal on top of the head. It's interesting. I actually would have preferred something more akin to the goat horns off the whatever that is on the right. I think I would have preferred something like that, but that's very much a personal preference thing. Like, when it comes to that kind of, like, folky witch slash seer slash hag kind of thing, I've got a thing for antlers on that kind of model. So I'm a little bit biased towards either, like, the goat horns, the antlers. I really like that kind of thing. This obviously isn't that, but I do still think it looks good. It also adds a bit of extra height to the model, but it wouldn't have been my first choice, but I don't dislike it. the staff slash... No, it's not really a trident, is it? I mean, technically there's 3 blades on it, so is it technically a trident? Would that be technically correct? The best kind of correct? I don't know. I do like the shape of that. It works super well. The actual, like, haft being relatively untreated, just a big, long branch, only to have something that intricate at the top. I like that a lot. It also feels a lot more intricate than we've seen on other Gargant stuff. Like, that feels like it might have been nicked from somewhere. It doesn't feel like an inherently Sons of Behemat thing to have. So I do like that contrast. Like, the blades are really well made and nicely carved. And compared to the rest of her, which, let's be honest, is fairly ragged looking, it just stands out as being something a little bit different, so I'm keen to know the history behind that thing right there. There is a bit more information here, so it says she can bestow the blessing of almighty bigness upon one who might please her. We'll not have any jokes relating to almighty bigness. You can leave those at the door, thank you very much, you dirty lot. She can also strip it away from those who piss her off, so obviously, I mean, traditional witch stuff. The creatures are 2 ancient Gyroks, so ornery megafauna that pulse with the life magic of Gyran. Okay, that's fun, that's cool. And she bears an uncanny ability to go unnoticed by her enemies. Did I just say uncanny? I think I did. Until practically on top of them. Okay, so she is stealthy, and she's got a couple of big lads with her. Nice. I will say, like, reinforced by those kind of close-ups and alternate angles right there, she looks fantastic. I think this is one of the more fun Sons of Behemat things we've seen for a while. I think principally because it is something very different. Whilst there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of big lads stomping around, having something that is maybe not more subtle, but having something that's got a slightly different focus that just by appearance you can tell is something a bit more magic-based, a bit more witchy, just something more... No, I will say subtle. I will say subtle, because she does look a little bit more subtle than most of your regular lads who just stomp about and smash things to pieces. This has got a very different vibe, but still fits with the whole range really nicely. And of course, the nice thing is, as they say right here, there's more stuff. It's not just her. I would have been super happy with just her. But no, there are more. There's Boss-stompers as well, who, I mean, judging by the name, I think it's safe to assume will also be a bunch of big stompy lads who smash things to pieces, as opposed to being the more magic route that we've seen from Ma over there. But, you know what? They're probably going to look really good as well. Thing is, if you're that big, right, if you're that big, there's no way that you find it easy or fun to get as much liquid as you should. To stay hydrated, to get a proper drink in every day, it's got to be difficult if you're that size. Which leads me nicely onto Holy. What a segue. Come on. Come on now. That was good. That was good. Whoa. Holy make drinks. They do hydration. They do energy. They do iced tea. And they do milkshakes, which are also delicious. But I will say the hydration is my current love, because Holy drinks have basically completely replaced my reliance on all the fizzy things. I was a big fizzy things fan, and then I decided that actually maybe it wasn't great feeling bloated all the time, so I wanted to try something different, and that's where Holy came in. And at this point, the pantry in my kitchen is absolutely rammed with Holy hydration, like properly rammed. Holy is incredibly easy to make. You just take one of their shakers. This one is one of the thermo shakers. You fill it full of 500ml of water. You take either a sachet or a single scoop from a tub. You dump it in the water. You put the lid on. You shake it up, and then put a little bit of ice in. Now, you can put the ice in before that, but I prefer to do it afterwards, because that's just how I've got used to doing it. But you can do it either way, really. Flavours-wise, I cannot recommend the passion fruit hydration highly enough. It keeps me going. It literally gets used every single day, alongside the blueberry. The blueberry and the passion fruit are the primary rotation, but if I fancy a change, I will go for some strawberry and kiwi, or and this is a new addition, which I am absolutely loving, the green apple. If you want to get started with Holy, then pick up a starter set deluxe right now using the link in the description or the pinned comment down below, and use code KIRIOTH5 for £5 off your first order, or code KIRIOTH for 10% off after that. Thanks, Holy. Now let's look at some more big lads. So the Boss-stompers, they're a multi-part kit, and they are fielded as a trio, so I'm assuming that these will be in the box as a group of 3, unless, of course, you have to buy 3 boxes, which I wouldn't put it past them, but I would be very annoyed if that was the case, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Either way, these lot, just from that little preview, Oh boy, this is going to be good. I mean, this is a strong start. This is a strong start. The lad looks angry, very angry. Those teeth could use a little bit of attention. He looks like a traditional meme of what English people look like to Americans with those teeth. The glove looks fantastic. I really like that. Again, very ramshackle, just sort of put together from whatever's lying around. I love the use of, is that a Stormcast shield? As a bit of a gut plate there, a bit of armor over the stomach. Really like that. Also, the use of the red cloth. That red cloth looks very much like the Maggot Kin of Nurgle stuff, the newer stuff. They've got a lot of the red cloth on them, and that's making me think of that pretty heavily. I'm assuming intentional. Also, I love the use of manacles there as just a bit of a trophy. I mean, clearly, those would not fit that guy. There's no way they would fit that guy. But he's got them on there because he likes them. Nice mix of skulls woven into the beard as well. Really like that. And is that a little lad on his shoulder? Just a little lizardy fella? Looks like a little imp. A little satanic, demonic imp going on. That's kind of fun. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. That's very cool. That's a good start. That's a good start. Now, I will say before we move on to the next one, there is going to be a problem with these. There is 100% going to be a problem, and that will be leg repetition. Now, it's an issue that the bigger Sons of Behemat units have. To be fair, I think it applies to the whole army, really. And it's not just limited to them. It's also for 40k, your Imperial Knights and your Chaos Knights. They have the same issue, where the legs are in static poses. You can't really do anything about it. All you can do is try and change the appearance a bit with extra stuff stuck on. It stands out for me quite badly on larger models, and I'm assuming these will have that problem. But it's not really anything. I've thought about it a lot, and it's one of those things where there's a lot to like. There's a lot of stuff that Games Workshop does that you can look at and go, really? Come on now, come on. I mean, the last video on the channel before I went away was talking about the sort of stealth price rise on the Baneblade, which is just a garbage decision. But when it comes to these bigger kits, you know full well that if the legs were fully posable, or there were like 3 or 4 poses for them, you would be paying more. You just would. And if you're able to do something about it yourself, great. I can also see for ease of manufacturing and ease of production that having one pose does make more sense. And I'm sure it doesn't bother most people as much as it bothers me. So it's one of those things where, like, I totally understand why they've done it. It just gets a little bit boring to look at, I find. But you know what? Let's go on to the next one, because it might be that because there's 3, there will be a little bit of extra variation. So straight off, so that right there, I think, is a different leg pose. Yeah, so we've got the right foot flat and left foot raised, whereas on this guy, it's the other way round. So that's nice. That is at least a little bit better. Okay, cool. Also, having those legs fully covered and the sandals made out of just slats of wood is kind of fun. Love the use of a Cities of Sigmar shield there. It looks like we've also got... Now, that's a Chaos shield, but where is that from? Is that from the Iron Golems set? Or, like, based off that? It might be. It's kind of difficult to tell. I love the helmet. Love that. Big old skull with some armor plates attached to it to protect the lower half of the face. Oh, yeah. That's solid. Great work. Absolutely great work. Love it. And again, we've got weapons that are so at odds with what we've seen on the Witch before. Just a big old club with a massive bit of stone stuck through it, or a bunch of spikes stuck through it. You know, either works, and he's got both, so it's fine. Really like that guy. Really like him. That's really fun. And we've got different feet there, so although the pose is the same as the first guy, we do, I think, have... Yeah, we've got different decoration at least. So I'm assuming those legs are going to be the same no matter what across those 2 models, but then you can attach things to them to separate them out a bit, or not. Depends on what you want to do. Another daughter of Behemat as well. Interesting. Super fun that they've included those, because we've already got female ogres for Cities of Sigmar. So I like that they've extended it out to the Sons of Behemat as well. She looks great. She looks absolutely solid. And the mixture of one club is, it looks like a skull of something with some metal banding attached. And then the other one is just a big, like, shard of, like, obsidian or something, like, painted to be all glowy. But that looks great. That's really, really fun. This is a fun unit. This is a really fun unit. Nice close-ups as well. Again, that helmet is solid. It is so, so good. And I really, really like the weapons. Oh, that's way worse, actually. The club with the rock in it, that is way more horrific from that angle. And I hadn't even realised that the... Oh, what? Oh, that's so much better than I thought it was. I registered the club with the blades, the swords through it, as just a bunch of spikes. That's what I sort of read that as. But no, it is weapons from enemies wedged into the club. That's great. I absolutely love that. Also, I hadn't twigged that on that one, the axe... Do you want to call it an axe? Do we call it an axe? I don't know that we can call that an axe. I don't think that's chopping anything. Well, I suppose it swing anything hard enough and it'll chop something in half. Technically not an axe, but we'll say sort of axe. I didn't realise that it was a cartwheel. That's great. I love it. I love that. Oh, what? This is fantastic. What a cool kit. What a fun, cool kit. Oh, they've nailed this. They've nailed this one. I mean, between the witch and these three, absolutely solid work. God, I can't get enough of the weapons. I really can't. That's good. That's real good. It's real nice. And the best thing is the kit also makes the Rock-hurlers. So we've got a mix. We can see there the repetition of the shields, and we've got the cloth from the other bit, but different head and different weapons. So yeah, we have got distinct repetition of poses, distinct repetition of parts, but it's a multi-purpose kit, so it's whatever. I really like that face. It's very, very damaged. I feel like the nose has had some real impacts going on there. Also, teeth like a grand piano, fantastic work. There we go. There's some proper rock hurlage going on. Slightly different head, different hair as well. Like that a lot. So body might be the same, but we do have some differences. Also, just a small thing. Is that like a, what is it? It's like an ammonite fossil or whatever in that rock. That's just a nice touch. That's just kind of cool. I like that addition. Doesn't need to be there, but it just gives a bit of extra visual detail. That's really fun. And then we've got... That's not a normal rock, is it? What's he throwing? Is he throwing a piece of, like, rampart? Is that just a brick? Is it like, well, you know, a ye olde fantasy wall brick or whatever. Also, that collar made of some Cities of Sigmar, like, iconography, it looks like. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Oh, man. They've nailed this. They've nailed it. Oh, he's got a sling. That's what it is. A sling with a big old brain-looking rock. That took me back. I was just like, what? What am I looking at? It sort of got a bit of brain texture going on. It's fine. And I was close. I was close. It looks like that is a piece of fortification. Oh, and the other thing... That's cool. The other thing is a bit of gargoyle. I hadn't even realised what that was. Man, I feel like these are models where the more you turn them around, the more you see. You know, I feel like there's got to be a lot of extra hidden detail in the stuff they're holding specifically, because these additional angles, they're really improving them as we go. Funnily enough, given that this is quite a sizable release, get it? Because it's Sons of Behemat and they're bigger, whatever. There is also a new Battletome as well. That was stupid. And they're going to be released all at the same time, I feel like. So yeah, Ma Maegran, the Boss-stompers and the Battletome will all be available for pre-order soon. Excellent. Excellent work. Absolutely love it. What a fun thing to come back to. That's cool. I really like that. Let me know what you thought of that lot in the comments down below. I'm all in favour. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm sure you probably are as well, because they look absolutely solid. Thank you again to Holy. Remember to check them out using the link in the description and the pinned comment down below. And thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things. I'll see you for the next one.